Welcome to Facts TV News, where everything is true.
Hopewell High School principal being questioned in relation to Bursa's murder. The police have confirmed that the principal of Hopewell High School in Hanover is being questioned in connection with the murder of the school's bursar, 35-year-old Jermaine Roberts. The principal, who was being treated for a laceration, was taken into custody Wednesday evening. Mr. Roberts was fatally shot as he left the school compound Wednesday afternoon. Fire Brigade Assistant Commissioner pleads guilty to be sentenced next year. Assistant Commissioner of the Jamaica Fire Brigade, JFB Floyd McLean, pleaded guilty to the charge of indecent assault in the St. James Parish Court on Wednesday. McLean was originally charged with attempted rape and sexual touching of a child, but pleaded guilty to the lesser charge. He is to be sentenced on February 9, 2024. The Assistant Commissioner is accused of sexually molesting a 14-year-old girl who was volunteering at the Montego Bay Fire Department. McLean was arrested in August following a probe by detectives from the Center for the Investigation of Sexual Offenses and Child Abuse in the incident, which reportedly occurred in July. It was reported that after the alleged incident, the child told a family member who got the police involved. McLean first joined the service in 1990 and was a decorated member of the Jamaica Fire Brigade. He was in charge of the JFB's Region 4 Division. Sisters and taxi operator arrested for gun and ammunition possession. 2 sisters are among 3 people arrested after an illegal firearm and ammunition were seized in Longwood District Racecourse, Clarendon on Wednesday, the police report. The sisters are 28-year-old Chanel Francis, a bartender of Savannah Hills in the parish, and 25-year-old Chantel Francis, a laborer of Water Lane, also in the parish. A taxi driver, 40-year-old Peter Cunningham, also known as Rondo, of Longwood District in Racecourse, was also arrested. A police team was conducting a spot check when a Grade Toyota Probox that was heading towards them reversed. The vehicle was intercepted and searched. A Glock pistol with 9 rounds was reportedly found on the floor of the vehicle. The trio was subsequently taken into custody, pending further investigation. 80 pounds of ganja seized in St. Elizabeth. Lawmen assigned to the St. Elizabeth Police Division seized 80 pounds of ganja during an operation in Lacova, St. Elizabeth on Tuesday. Reports are that between 3 p.m. and 4:30 p.m., a team of officers conducted an operation in the area where 80 pounds of vegetable matter resembling ganja was found. The illicit drug has an estimated street value of $800,000. The police said they are conducting further investigations to locate suspects in connection with the seizure. Kingston man charged after shooting incident. A 32-year-old man has been slapped with several charges for allegedly shooting another man on Maiden Lane in Kingston on Tuesday, August 8. Charge is Delroy Basco, otherwise Carbongers, of Golden Street in Kingston. He has been charged with only with intent, possession of a prohibited weapon, and possession of ammunition. Reports from the Central Police are that about 6:10 a.m., a man was walking along the roadway when he was allegedly pounced upon by Basco and another man who opened gunfire hitting him. The complainant was taken to hospital where he was admitted in serious condition. Basco was subsequently arrested and charged after a question and answer session in the presence of his attorney. A court date for him is being finalized. DCP Bailey, no police corruption in Melissa Silvera murder probe. Deputy Commissioner of Police in charge of crime Fitz Bailey says there's been no evidence of corruption in the conduct of the policeman who was the first responder at the house where Melissa Silvera was found dead on November 10. Mrs. Silvera, the wife of former Western St. Mary MP Jolene Silvera, was murdered inside the matrimonial home on Old Stony Hill Road in St. Andrew. Initial reports indicated Mrs. Silvera died in her sleep, but a post-mortem report showed she died from gunshot wounds, causing the police to open a murder probe. DCP Bailey says the investigation has been transferred from the St. Andrew North Police Division to the Major Investigation Division MID. He says it's not unusual for one member of the JCF to process a death scene.
We're looking at the entire scenario. We have not come to any conclusion. I think there might be some, what I consider to be inexperience and as a result of that, some things were overlooked. I heard a lot of statements being made, but the truth is, so far we haven't seen any evidence of corruption as is reported in social media. It's one of those challenging investigations, but I think the men and women have the capacity and the skills and the competence, and we will use all the resources that we have to ensure that there is some level of closure and justice is served in this case. It's a very brutal act. We are up to the task, and we had a review just about 2 days ago. I heard discussion about whether or not one person should go on the scene, but if you have two persons working at any station, you can't leave the station unmanned. The sergeant actually took the decision, and it's a sudden death that he went to investigate. It was not any hostile situation. It's not abnormal, really.
Shock and grief. Relatives of a man who was murdered by gunmen in 3 North Great Portmore, St. Catherine, are now burdened with having to shift their plans from having a joyous and festive Christmas this year to making funeral arrangements. The deceased is 35-year-old Oren Fraser of a Sundown Crescent address in Greater Portmore. Reporters understand that Tuesday night, Fraser was painting and carrying out decorative activities inside his house in preparation for Christmas Day when he decided to venture outside to a nearby shop. It was at this shop that gunmen decided Fraser's fate, shocking his relative and the community. His relatives and the residents of 3 North are said to be currently trying to figure out the puzzle of who could seek to murder such a quiet and well-loved individual, according to a relative of the deceased who referred to him as Scrappy. I don't know how to explain my feeling. It is a feeling of worry. I am just left to wonder because if man can walk and come in your scene and walk up to you in a crowd of people and go specifically to you and shoot you up and run off just as you step out of your yard, that look away. When him get shot up and dead, people say them no know him as the person for somebody come walk up to and do something like that. They are wondering if he had an issue with someone and didn't tell his friends. He didn't have any children of his own, the resident shared, but noted that he was concerned about the alleged girlfriend of the deceased. He added that the alleged girlfriend of the deceased now has to cancel the big celebration she had planned for Christmas. According to the relatives, dinner is still planned, but activities will be drastically scaled down. She called her son and asked him to collect a ham for her. She was planning a big family thing for Christmas with everybody. She even told her son to get a suit of clothes for her so she could surprise her spouse for Christmas, the relatives shared. Meanwhile, the spouse of the deceased was emotional while speaking to reporters. The feeling is terrible. You can hear it in my voice. I don't sleep throughout the night when it happened. I was at home washing out some curtain. My daughter-in-law came in and said something on over the shop. We were here, and she ran out and came back and said it was him. I locked off the washing machine and I started to scream out and got nervous. It is bad. He was well loved. He was a nice and quiet person who didn't talk much. Oh gosh. In the meantime, Senior Superintendent of Police in charge of St. Catherine South, Christopher Phillips, confirmed that a murder took place Tuesday night, but said he was unable to provide details at this time. Man accused of sexual assault of woman with mental disorder remanded. A man who is charged for allegedly committing a sexual offense against a woman with a mental disorder was remanded when he appeared in the St. Catherine Parish Court on Wednesday. When the matter was mentioned, the St. Catherine resident was ordered to return to court on January 31, 2024. It is alleged that in October and November 2023, he allegedly attacked and sexually assaulted the woman. A report was made to the police and an investigation launched into the incident. The 32-year-old laborer was subsequently arrested. He was charged with having sexual intercourse with a mentally disordered person following a question and answer session. The accused is also charged with escaping custody.
Please remember to subscribe, like, share, and click the notification bell.